course, this would push them back into that lower bracket where they get another chance to fight forward.
You know, the one kind of nice thing here for OG is this was a map they had very recent good results on in their opening game versus Vitality, one that they were able to close out there in overtime. So maybe that gives you a little more faith. If not, this is going to be a series of missed opportunities for OG. Cloud9, the big bad on the other side. And embarking on the T side of their map pick, they are more than comfortable here. NEOFRAG gets the info that they're already up down the long side, and he tries to get involved early. This is going to start to shuffle around the OG setup. You can see players rotating up from B. They've still got this double con hold coming into the fold a little later. But for now, NEOFRAG had to hold the line, and with him falling immediately, this gets awkward now. Shiro adds more to the tally inside of the site. But they do start to break away into OG. In the blink of an eye, this one's leveled up. The backstab now starts to arrive. Nafany deals with the first man, but there's Fiku from the bank getting involved. This falls onto the shoulders of Hobbit. Meant to be on the shoulders of Giants, but he will swing out and find that first kill. Fiku, normally the clutcher, normally the closer. Kit is dropped on that bomb. Hobbit's playing a little further away, calls his bluff. Moving up, not expecting the full commit. Hobbit has read this one well. Comes down to that fight. That was Fiku's best chance to win this, and now Hobbit doesn't need to give him anymore. Goes out swinging. It's going to be close. Fiku will not get this round, will not get this clutch, and so it's Cloud9 off to the races to open up this second map.
Yeah, strong one from Hobbit, right? Calls the bluff perfectly there on the first tap. I don't think Fiku had even picked up the kit yet. I feel like NEOFRAG, part of why he plays in front of the smoke is because of the kit. He knows that when he sees that util down, that Cloud9 want to go for a bank plant and play aggressive in the post. And if he dies down in dumpster with his teammates all flanking, not rotating CT, that kit's going to get completely lost. He at least gives Fiku a chance with 4 kills in that pistol round, but it's not enough to win it, is it? Cloud9 come through. And OG take a full eco, trying to maximize those CT gun rounds, or rather minimize the T opening rounds. Cloud9 just gets swung at in Monster, but they have no issue. 4 kills for the price of 1.
It's a very fast overpass round, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, normally fly down the pipeline like that. Not even the usual, like, trying to make them waste utility, trying to make them, like, you know, throw a bit of money away. OG just wanted to get straight into the rifle rounds. So they're going to bring out the AWP on Dexter. They've got that from the get-go. That's actually afforded all thanks to how successful Fiku was in the pistol. Not every day you see a third-round AWP for the CT side with armor behind it.
He starts B as well. Not even the most common pathing to begin on the CT side. He's got the right read. Cloud9 being quite loud outside of B. Axel backs up. He got spammed, so niko knew for a fact he was there, but Axel just goes wide and takes that kill. Oh, spammed on his retreat. Meanwhile, Dexter hit his towards connector, and Cloud9 get picked apart a little bit. A 3-on-4. Crept through that smoke. What a play for Shiro. NEOFRAG trying to retreat off toilets. It's flameZ behind the truck as well, but everyone is here and OG have no support. flameZ, can he call for a flash? Doesn't look like it. They're just going to be running up CT. He's got that gap. He's given away his position. They're running him down, and the pressure's getting put on paramount from C9. Shiro's trading every single kill right now, and it's Dexter on a flank changing guns to try and win this clutch.
Yeah, had the AWP out, but not going to get to play it. Instead, it's the AK for Dexter. Shiro out of the round now. And this falls onto Buster's shoulders to try and carry through. Set up at the long side, doesn't feel pressure to peek. He's going to wait for Dexter to bring the fight to him. But this is a Dexter that's found his footing in the clutch. Can be tricky to put a stop to him here. And he will check the long angle, but Buster will close. And so Cloud9 in that first rifle round, it comes down to a tense clutch that they're able to close out. This is all the makings of a good T-side already.
Yeah, you definitely feel a little nervous for Buster there in those moments, especially as the new boy when Shiro's done all that work to make that round happen. But I feel like Buster's looked really good in 1v1s for C9. He's closed out a lot of them in this series and in past as well. So does right by his team. And OG back to pistols. This is about to swell out of control on the T side. You can feel it. They do not feel the fear, I'll say that much. Quicker towards B yet again. Axel very early looking for this opening kill. Oh, that nade would have and will be pretty good.
Yeah, that's the one armored player in this round for OG, getting brought down to half. They really want Cloud9 to go B. They really want this full 5-man take. They're set up here with pretty much everyone in the round with the exception of NEOFRAG, who's just jump spotting for info over on A. And, you know, if there ever was a way to win one of these low econ rounds, it's by Cloud9 walking into the stack. However, they're going to do everything right on the openers. Just Dexter remaining, and he is ran through by Buster over on short. NEOFRAG giving us a bit of a head shake. Knows that this one is too far gone.
Yeah, they haven't quite got the bomb, so get given some time to get in position, but with the door shut, the opportunity is as well. Sure, 1v1 to the low HP Hobbit here, but who clears this?
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. Well, of course he's there. That's what you're thinking of yourself if you're NEOFRAG. Of course, that's where he is. Hobbit sat in his little Hobbit hole, locks in the round. And so Cloud9, chance to keep building upon this, right? The longer you can stay in this power position, I always think it's easier to be here off the break at the start of the game, right? The longer you can stay here, the more you can milk this position of OG getting put onto pistols at the end of every round that you win, the better. You can amass a T side that is already enough of the legwork being done.
Oh, look
on
at
the break of the first few rifle rounds, but NEOFRAG wants to change that. Flashed in for a mid-fight. Shiro hanging around looking for this trade, but NEOFRAG knows how important this is, how important it is to maintain the 5v4, and so he just ducks out of there. You don't want to go toe-to-toe with Shiro right now.
Oh, they're popping up B right now at the same time. Axel, he is in the sight, essentially. He goes a second too early off of nafany's flash, looks right into the sun. Hobbit attempts his trade, but smokes down, OG not offering up anything. And this is Overpass. This is the worst place to be on the T side. 3 on 5, even with utility. OG don't need to give you any openings right now. And there's simply so much of the map to clear. So many positions to play. And not the manpower to play the trade game. They're still spread out. Shiro's going to attempt this kill at long. Ooh. Oh, dude, I don't know how he does it. I really don't. He makes it look so easy. Let's take NEOFRAG out of the picture, but still, OG grouped B. Dexter has that AWP in the jump spot, giving him info. The way back in is kill Dexter with no casualty. Suddenly they have the A site.
Hell, bro, even going 1-for-1 here still sets you up for a chance at the plant.
Important rotation from flameZ.
Yeah, making his way up just in the nick of time. Dexter tucked in. Oh, he eats that flash. nafany a little slow to get here, but he will still find it. And there's the double opener.
No way.
The captain leads by example here. He's opened up the A play in the dying lights of this round, and OG can't justify going for it. They're going to bow out of it.
You should not be winning that round if you're C9. You shouldn't. Sure. Okay, NEOFRAG, yeah, he pushes on long in the mid round when Shiro was still middle. Like, you can write it off. It's not the end of the world. They thought they were heavy B. Cloud9 were at the start heavy B. But Dexter, this position is crazy with the AWP. He has this long smoke fading, and so he's playing between the signs.
Yeah, especially in like the final, it was like 9 seconds left on the round as nafany, failed that first jump up onto the flower pot. So man, like that, yeah, it's a very, very forward position. I think a lot of AWPers would have just looked to play behind dice, go through the motions, right? Peek out, take a shot, go back to bank. Maybe you do end up giving up the site, but at least you don't completely concede any chance of winning the round.
Yeah, you don't want to concede a plant in a 5-on-3 there, but there's nothing wrong with it. And if you're patient and you hold a bank angle, you can surely catch a over-aggressive Cloud9 player, maybe pushing towards truck. But Dexter really wanted to stop that plant in the first place, and it's just going to get caught playing a very awkward position. nafany, fantastic entries. I think he had a great map as well. back on Mirage. And, you know, we were just talking about during the break, even that play, throwing it back to
right
Mirage,
at the end of
right
round
at the
30.
end, that when they knew flameZ was E-box and he jumps through market window and sets his teammate up. It looks silly, but it was the play to win them as well as Axel, to win them the round, to give them position in what was initially a 3-on-5 that Cloud9 clawed back, as they just did here. So again, nafany comes in a crucial moment for Cloud9 on a T side, no less. Let's see if they can keep it going, because right now this is a fantastic start to the map. Scout out for Deg. Shiro will take the angle with the orb. Nades get thrown at B as flameZ jumps up. Could not have been worse timed. And so Cloud9, 5v4. Every bit of util used. And OG know they have to make a play happen here. Oh, nice shot on the scout. OG are going to walk out B. Take that short control. This is nice. Cloud9 have no one here. And in fact, Hobbit, if he stays this passive, now he is going to check it on timing. Doesn't want to let them flank up and kill his teammates clearing mid now. But OG can't really go further than this without all the risk. NEOFRAG waits in toilet. He gets given a 1v1 here to Axile, potentially. But the rifler will just skirt on by, and second missed shot for Degster. They're getting close. Axel hasn't cleared this.
Oh, NEOFRAG has a really wild timing. He has to fire off straight away, so he's given up his position, and they now turn around and keep him boxed in. He's got the AWP retrieved, takes that shot with an eagle, trades out onto the AWP, but there's Axel late up through the toilets. Well, at least get the trade.
He knows something.
They learn about Fiku, but he turns around, reads Hobbit on the wrap-in through party. This one left into the 1v1. Buster v Fiku, and he'll put a stop to the clutch attempt. Buster looking really good at being the anti-clutcher, right? Putting a stop, as you say, to a number of these 1v1s that have looked to come through. He's just added another to the tally here to find Cloud9 their 6th. This is already a great T-side. And it's in this spot where for Cloud9 you feel like it can only get sweeter. The deal can only get better. These are feel-good rounds.
Yeah, a bit of a miscom there in the middle, right, with nafany getting caught on the site, getting kind of sold by his teammate in the corner. But hey, when Buster's picking up 1v1s like this, Cloud9 are in a very good position. This is a nice B setup, though. 3 players ready to play. There's a flash over the top, but blind spraying is perfect. And 3 players tasked with holding this one down. They even smoke off nafany on his exit. Okay, OG have to win this one now. I'm going to say that. There is no excuse anymore. Another 3-on-5 for C9. They rotate early A. And this is a good move, knowing that C9 probably won't recommit into that hellhole of the B hold, and Degster not wanting to be left alone. They reinforce this position. It's nice to see. And so C9 in murky waters right now. Let's see if Buster can crack open a site here. Try and give them a reason to believe.
I think he's just going to wait for them to join him. No point in jumping the gun here. Only now looking to take a little swing out as he hears the step on the truck. That triggers him to take this first engagement. His teammates are right in behind him, but NEOFRAG deals with it cleanly. Degster burning in that molly, brought down to half health. The AWP fires off a shot now. They learn about it. They know that it's here. With Shiro dead, it all falls onto nafany. Can he make this expensive at least? 1 kill, drops the AWP out of play. Knows there's another man in at the truck. NEOFRAG swings out wide and gets that trade. Does right by his 2 teammates who get caught from the captain of Cloud9. And finally, OG are on the board. Breathing a collective sigh of relief that they're able to see this one through. There definitely was a moment there where you're still nervous with how some of these other rounds have gone. But a far better opening and a far better close means that finally Cloud9 have got some resistance.
Yeah, better late than never. And it can be so much more for OG because these rounds getting close and costly. Cloud9 lose one more, suddenly OG gets a redeeming anti-eco.
But that goes both ways, you know?
Sure.
Cloud9 is still in that power position. There's still the chance to keep a lot of pressure applied. That's why we see this like reinvestment here, even though there's some lack in players. Hobbit with no util, but then that frees him up to play at the front of the pack. There's ways to make that work.
Swing round here.
Yeah, this one really decides, you know, whether or not this first half is going to get away from you or if OG can recover. And that's not a bad way to start. Also, Buster was one of the players with full utility, so losing him early is far from ideal for Cloud9. Now it's nafany with the full belt, but other than that, there's next to nothing.
Oh, don't want to give... Oh, he's still doing it.
flameZ, come on.
Has he seen it?
How many chances are you going to give him, man?
Yeah.
He's still jumping
nice
around.
Flash.
But it was all to tee up NEOFRAG with that flashbang. And so another 5v3, this time 5v2 as they even catch Axile trying to retreat back from Monster. Slipping the net. nafany has made it past NEOFRAG as he moves back up through the connector. And NEOFRAG's not looking back into the site. Dexter, spots him
good.
On the jump across. And that was maybe the best way this could have gone down. They learn about him now, and NEOFRAG's able to pincer in from behind. Shiro, this is where your round ends, bud. Right here on this ladder is where you commit to the save of the AWP.
Never fun. But only way you're going to have any interest in the follow-up round. OG win that swing round. They put Cloud9 on eco straight away. And the added bonus of an AWP still in play, OG are getting curious. They don't really have the money to sustain any more deaths. But Fiku, the reward is so tantalizing. He will find it. Shiro falls off that ladder. Massive exit kill. And so Cloud9 essentially have nothing in this follow-up round. OG can close this very quickly on CT side overpass. OG starting to make some plays, right? Dexter looking for mid picks, flash to Con. We've seen them walk out, be short. Not playing scared right now. Kakafu bringing the energy as well, which is a nice sign. Fast flash out B for C9. They're running rampant. Good flashes. Fiku's so blind. No one's actually in the bomb site. flameZ will hit a lovely spray. Getting a plant here still seems unlikely, but they plant on the right side of the site, and they've got that money. That's all Cloud9 wants.
Now you're wondering if you could just make this prettier by knocking another gun out, and it's quite the weapon to find. Now, I hope they delay the defuse.
Oh, they will.
They're not. They are.
Someone will call it, yeah. No, it's mine. Get that extra molly, get the AWP, get everything.
Okay.
He's got it.
I thought he's... No, okay, he's dropping
more nades,
dropping more nades down. All right.
Every penny helps, Harry.
Dude, I just heard him jump after not picking up the AWP, and I was like, oh, if he just jumped down.
It'd be a good troll, wouldn't it?
Big troll.
Self-sabotage, nothing quite like it. OG. 3 away now.
Yeah, build him back into the CT side. Better late than never. And hold left to NEOFRAG solo, so it makes him even doing the nade tech jump into mid a scary prospect. He's not punished for it. Dexter was boosted early. That little gimmick employed to try and get an early 5v4.
Yeah, not the first time they put him there. He's fine firing off because he's just going to rotate quickly. However, Cloud9 should expect that. And they're taking their sweet time in the middle. That's a big kill. niko, again, dry walks Axile, wins this one out. Hobbit didn't have any angle. You can get a trade if they get optimistic, but they won't give him much. niko any further, and you're going to get punished here. nafany holding far away, though, and niko is able to get 2 kills off this round. He should stem it now. He's got full nades, and a 5v3 again presented for OG. Sure, Cloud9 did win that crazy 3-on-5 back into A, but that is not typical. This should be yet again Cloud9 written off. when OG have this much space and this many nades. They will not waste this opportunity again.
I mean, with the short control taken, you know, they've got a lot of manpower over towards this upper side. 3 players, right, with like a late lurk at a NEOFRAG over at long if Cloud9 get in, and that is a pretty big if. With 10 seconds, they've written this one off already, and they will just be looking to save. Shiro lands that tag, but just looking to keep the AWP in play is the goal here for Cloud9. You know, I feel a little rough for Shiro over these last few rounds. He's kind of been, you know, not involved in the early round, never really given a chance to play across the last few for OG while he's had the AWP intact. Right, oftentimes the rounds are kind of getting decided by these players on the extremities falling for Cloud9, and Shiro's always left as kind of the man in the middle, right? And when you're down 3v5, sure, you can say, well, you know, that's where Shiro can try cook you up a solution, but I just think with the game he's having, I want to see him involved in some of these early fights. Sometimes it only takes a few rounds of frustration before the AWPer will be like, okay, now's the time for me to make a play and be involved. It's been floating around over towards mid, where a lot of the success hinges on OG fighting you, and they haven't in middle across the last few rounds.
That's the key, right? It can be very hard to get involved with a T-side AWP on Overpass. You're going for long picks or getting smoked out at B. Dex has been playing fullbacks very early, been back behind boxes, and he is again. OG are pretty heavy on A, but they've got a good read. Cloud9 will meet them there. Again, NEOFRAG pushing on long. flameZ is baiting for him, but they see NEOFRAG first. He's right behind the rock, and he knocks Buster's top off. 5 on 4. There are no nades left. They know they have good timing up short to beat this long play, but Dexter never left the site. Oh, they're right below your crosshair. Dexter caught again, going one step too far, and NEOFRAG on a flank to win it all. They know about one man. They don't know about two. The kill on the score or kill feed will be enough. When Flame shows his hand along, they'll be worrying.
The thing that's wild, though, is they're hearing Flame stepping. They're thinking that that's NEOFRAG right now.
Surprise.
So he blindsides them from toilets. Oh, and NEOFRAG making magic happen. OG picking up another round, amassing 5 in a row. They're on one hell of a streak right now, and it's NEOFRAG with a big hat trick to make it happen. Keeps that round nice and clean for OG. Could have got more dangerous, could have gotten weirder with the plant coming in.
Yeah, everything's going perfect. Dexter's even started this round with a mid spawn as well, so it's all coming up OG.
Oh, dude, man, like just to continue on like the feeling sorry for Shiro train. Of course, the round where he might get this fight in middle is the round where he can't field the AWP. That's like what he's been waiting for at the start of so many of these T-side rounds. Is for someone to try and meet him there in mid. In fact, he's begging for it. And so this time he's got to do it with the AK.
You know, you can still say you're satisfied with 6 T-side rounds, but when Cloud9 played them previously, they got 9 T rounds on Overpass, and sure, OG fielded 1 in that second half. They had struggles getting in, but you would still have expectations for Cloud9 to do a little bit more on what has been a home map for this squad ever since they were the youngsters. Just fallen a little out of play recently, Cloud9. Not many people enjoying to play Overpass at the top level right now. Ooh, again, Dexter's just causing issues. It's poor Buster getting picked early. Dexter fakes his retreat, only to go back for more, and he is very confident in this game. It's killed him on occasion, but I feel like he may profit this time around. Hobbit close to the corner. Dexter doesn't know. He does not know. He still kills nafany.
Oh,
no way!
No!
No way! That's not meant to be his.
He had no idea about Hobbit. That is just all reaction. That's something primal in Dexter's brain taking over.
Oh, what a disaster.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't think there's not even like massive mistakes. So nafany refacing, like Hobbit has position there, but even Hobbit is not really expecting Dexter to re-push there. Like maybe nafany's trying to get the info and set him up. Didn't see exactly what he was doing. And yeah, this round's done. Fiku even plays under the Molotov.
That is such a frustrating way to lose a round, and it's so decisive, and it's just one man ego peeking you over and over again over at long. And OG are getting hyped now.
Yeah, okay. Is there a way with, you know, all the maps they were going to steal, with how competitive, they were in control of Mirage the whole way. I wouldn't expect it to be here. I still think that T-side will be a problem. But this is a great game right now. Yeah, nafany's trying to set Hobbit up, I guess, with that, but he's jumping knife out into an orb. I don't know what else he expects there. It's a little optimistic. If Dexter misses Hobbit, it immediately gets that kill. But man, Dexter don't miss, baby.
Oh, and he's only getting more confident with each passing round. Deagle to try and deal with him. But in this head-to-head, Buster, it's not been kind to him. Now, nafany does have a nice gap over here towards short. He's like super deep down it. And even though NEOFRAG waits back in the site.
But as far as they're aware, it's Dexter on the site, right? Like he's firstly, why is he deep long again on the orb? But he's started plenty of rounds on a site. Buster might clear this though. All right, no excuses here. This has to be yours. Is he really going for the knife kill? What a flex. Trying to drag this out.
This is a way to get your revenge.
Yeah. Oh no, Buster! Why would you do that? The panic spam. The panic.
Dexter's about to end this whole man's career. Look at it. Look what he's doing to him in the head-to-head. Buster's like doubting every move he makes now. He just tried to have like a funny moment, rebuild a bit of confidence. Oh, I'm going to knife this guy. But Dexter's not missing a beat.
Headshot.
Axel might have landed the tag, but it's the end of the line. 7 in a row. OG trying to achieve the best possible half they could after going 0-6 down to open, and Dexter is such a huge part of it.
I'm blushing for Buster after that one.
Oh,
that is
dear.
a humiliating way to die. Because he insta-crouches and he's panicking. He just starts spamming.
I can't blame him for panicking, but also, like, you know, you go and put yourself in a den full of lions and then get freaked out that the lions might harm you, man. Like, could have been far safer, wanting to build some money, build some confidence, and ends up getting that confidence put in the dirt.
All right, but it'd still be very Cloud9 to come through and still win the half here, so let's give them the consideration. That being said,
I don't think I'm giving them the consideration.
Actually, niko's got this opener. If he goes for it, he didn't. Dexter fires off, but there's a second player to worry about. Making a third. Flame is found, pushing mid, NEOFRAG trade.
Buster's just glad to fight literally anyone else, right? Like, thank God I don't have to fight that Dexter guy.
OG getting a bit cocky here. They're making plays, they're making moves. But C9 no, going into B. There's a solo man here holding, but Fiku's looks strong. Not in this round. Trading quickly, missed shot. A rarity from Dexter. He's got a player trapped in this cubby right now, but Util can go a long way, maybe too far. Dexter tries to clear it with a pistol, and nafany will not allow a C9 surprise at the end and try and win this one out. They will level the playing field. NEOFRAG saw something. He'll take that kill. Jumping up those Shiro trades on the smoke fade. And Cloud9, a 7-round T-side is nothing to turn your nose up at.
You're right, Hugo.
Yeah?
You're right there.
See, it's Cloud9, man.
Would be very Cloud9 of them to still win out the half, wouldn't it? 7 in a row for OG, but that streak ends now with Cloud9 finally breaking the curse and putting one on the board. Buster does his best work when it's not versus one guy on the other team. He at least goes 1 for 1 to kind of bring him back into the game a little bit mentally, because you couldn't blame him for feeling a bit cooked right now at the end of that first at the end of this first half.
Oh, even NEOFRAG with the orb now as well.
You're just thinking like, everyone's doing it, man.
Shiro gets picked. Poor guy. Finally gets his mid-fight, Harry. It's not even versus the big bad boss. It's his sidekick, NEOFRAG, who will get flashed out here. Good luck, buddy. Dead to Buster. Hey, he kills an orb.
Yeah, but it's not, you know, you didn't do this to kill any old orb. He doesn't just have a feud with the AWP. He's got a score to settle with one guy in particular.
What a spam.
That was kind of the warm-up, right? That was the entrees. Now on to the main for Buster. 3 courses.
Well, he is deserting his entire team right now, going on this A play. flameZ 2 and 10, and it's not going to get better. Buster is scaring them right now. They're still double set up on Monster, and Dexter can rotate B quick because they're about to find out the object of C9's desires. Into the doldrums they go. Hobbit does get a crucial trade, Bogdaning it low on the orb. Kakafu not happy about that one. Meanwhile, Buster still trying to sell this. He's at least got a second player here. And OG just rely on niko holding down this lower site. Dex is just trying to kill the lurker right now.
Who's the lurker?
Buster?
Yeah.
Yeah, still under question, isn't it?
He's moving in. He looks to try and deal with him. Oh, now the bomb's coming up. And now the bomb's coming up. Buster's saying, guys, I've got the site. Oh, no, I don't. That guy here again to ruin the round.
Still going for A.
They're moving on up. They're moving on in. Orp over at long can get mollied off to try and tame Dexter. And they will get the plant. Right now, Hobbit's still all the way down on the B site. nafany is in this one all alone. And he will deal with Dexter. The point man gone.
flameZ could have stopped it.
flameZ doesn't know that it's just one man playing with them. Their hearts and minds on the line as Cloud9 look to win out this first half. nafany in with another, and he steps up massively to deliver for Cloud9. They win out their first half, and now they're one step closer to that playoff appearance.
But you know, he makes it work. This kill is really lovely as well. Just flies through the air, collects another, showing you how to use that Mac 10. He was all over the map.
It also shows the experience as well for Heroic, because they understand that Mongols have just invested in, and they've been playing some very slow defaults, so it's the perfect round to bring up the change of pace. It's just an unbelievable amount of aggression in towards the bomb site. I've got an AWP and an M4 that have been purchased on the side of the Mongols, and yet again, they've been very good at taking the space out towards water. But despite the positioning, they still remain rooted. 4 players reinforcing B at the moment. Only a defender has just been neutralized. Heroic corrupt the A bomb site again.
Yeah, it feels like Heroic have a pretty good read on where these stacks are coming through. That's a nice kill from Stan as well. You can hear that M4 firing off, but yeah, they've got a really good read on when Mongols are going for these stacks. Contact on through, don't spot anyone. And when you're not really getting any contact and you're like halfway up bathroom to divider, you kind of know that A is going to be very lightly defended if anyone is here at all. So no reason not to continue to commit.
Hands off the keyboard for Yabi. That's how comfortable it feels. Cadian jumps down in. Make sure he's okay. Shush. Oh, deals with annihilation and the follow-up. Yet again, another hunt yields success for Heroic. No weapons for the Mongols brought on over.
Yeah, a little painful. You can kind of see if they kept one of those rifles, or the AWP specifically, they'd be feeling very comfortable into this next round, but they'll still likely invest. I mean, they've got enough for everyone to get something out. Looks like a little techie coming through. Hopefully not something that lasts too long. At least the rounds are fast when they come through.
Yeah, that's also 5 rounds in a row for Heroic. They have stopped the momentum that the Mongols were providing. And as soon as Cadian equips himself with an AWP,
After a short intermission and having their streak stifled, OG now have a tall task ahead of them to try and pull this back. On the T side of Overpass, lagging behind by 1 round around that Cloud9 really had to work for to put on the board. They find 2 at the end of that first half. We even have this weird clash between Buster and Dexter raging on. But his team were there to pick up the pieces and lock in a 1-out half for the Cloud9 boys.
Nafany's putting on a great game right now. He's won them a 3-on-5 and a 2-on-3 coming back into the A site. And yeah, 7 rounds in a row for OG, but Cloud9 still win out that half. They find a way. Hobbit, that's one way to begin, and to shut out Dexter of all players.
Everyone else on the team saying like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about, but this guy is easy. Hobbit just taps him out of the game.
They're going to come down lower as well, try and get some revenge. Hobbit will fire off 1 more bullet. C9 rely on the man in the sight. Buster has got a lot to do. Blinded. Hobbit, they're drawn into him. Buster not cleared. Oh, will they go for it late? They do. niko does do him in. And now Cloud9 are locked out. Shiro can throw in his nades. It won't stop that bomb plant. It's allowed.
Hoping they're given a fight here. Flashing through, they will have to bring the fight to OG. And Nafany, they're both reloading.
Okay.
He was always going to win that, I guess, and here he is trying to get the ball rolling in the retake. Goes 1 for 1 on Shiro. Vico with the trade, and now Nafany rerouting, keeping them guessing. He's got that kill, kind of. Axel's going to be the one
2
to get
bullets.
it. Vico in this clutch, 2 bullets in the Glock. They've all got to count, and he won't even get to fire it off. Nafany sticks, and Cloud9 recover that pistol, a man down as they launch the retake.
Some of the ugliest USP kills, but hey, they work for Cloud9, and they absolutely steal that one away. No business winning that pistol after they get pushed out in a 3-on-4, but it's these clutch rounds that Cloud9 just keep delivering in this map, in this series as well. Buster with 2 1v1s to open the game. Yeah, sure, we're laughing at the Dexter Buster head-to-head, but he got them rip-roaring at the start of this map in their 6-0 streak, providing 2 rounds in it. Cloud9, they love a disadvantage right now. I'll take him every day of the week. Not in this one, though. 4 pistols for OG. Dexter deeging. Cloud9 ready to feast.
Yeah, get some feel-good kills against the pistols. Shiro, there's one. And that's all he gets. flameZ in with the trade. Axel running out of ammo in the A4, not normally a problem.
Yep.
Hobbit now takes up his steed over in mid.
Gotta stay here.
Oh,
Yeah.
who lives in a pineapple. It's Hobbit with the double. Spiky. Fiku, 1v2.
Under the C9.
Under the C9, yes. Under the C9 banner, 10 about to appear on the board unless Fiku can cook up a clutch in the 1v2.
He's known for them, Harry.
He is known for them, but the anti-clutcher of Buster is still alive and good rooting for the backstab. Nafany also in this over on the short side is starting to push down towards the connector.
Does he go
Buster
B?
sticks to his guns. Fiku, there's the backstab, and
I don't know, Buster should have gone for the knife there, I think. He was real close. He was real close. I think if he walked the whole way, maybe. Well, Cloud9 are winning this game right now, Harry. And maybe it's not surprising. Maybe it was always meant to be. But there have been some shaky moments, without a doubt. However, definitely got their tenure on this map and on this matchup. Texas T-side AWP. We saw Shiro even having trouble doing anything with the AWP on T-side of this map. So I want to see how Dexter compares, where his openers lie. Get that mid smoke in, retreats back to B, hoping that they're not smoking Monster. Ooh, Shiro with some jump spots. Looking for a wallbang. niko will reply. Axel jumps into connector, but Fiku keeps it even. Keeps it up, actually, for OG. Wow, I can't believe niko spotted that and went for it. And OG just keep it simple. Grouped outside of B.
should be on track to win this as long as they can get past Buster without him getting away with a multi-kill, and they're going to do exactly that. NEOFRAG in the opener. Drops him cleanly out of the round, and Cloud9, yeah, they're rotating down, but they don't believe. They know that this one can't happen, not in the 2v4. OG have earned this one, so they've got to give them the respect and just look to save these guns. Gonna go look for something a little better maybe on Hobbit. These other guns all drop down towards the connector though, so not really a world where he can upgrade the FAMAS. This is a tall task, having a comeback in the second half on your T side. And OG have taken the first step in that lengthy journey.
Yeah, of course, Fury await in that upper final, which is, of course, a seeding match for semi or quarters into the playoffs. The winner of this matchup at least guarantees one of those options. Whereas the loser goes down to face Fnatic and must win 2 BO3s if they want to get that final playoff spot. Of course, 8 teams in each group, 6 teams in playoffs, 3 from either group. And a qualification for Cologne on the line, as there will be at Dallas as well.
Force into this one for Cloud9 around these saved guns, but it's not the prettiest of buys. Shiro saving some extra money, putting that aside for a rainy day, looking to bring the AWP out if this round falls on deaf ears. A lot of respect given to OG here, right? They've got a lot of real estate over towards mid. Connector's not being contested. It's just nafany spamming. You will get away with a good deal of damage, but it's traded back. Both these players caught up in that engagement. A little lower now, so trading the guns around. Going to give that M4 to Shiro. Good timing for a boost, right? It's on rounds like this, well, you want to try and use as many of these little gimmicks as you can to turn a free man advantage.
Yeah. Something OG didn't really do, right? They had a couple of rounds where Dexter went on top of a boost on B, but he never found anyone from it. OG were really good at taking short water control, but the boost is similar to that in terms of getting the info at less of a risk and maybe even a pick. Buster's left solo B. This is a classic Cloud9 gamble right now. 4 on the A site, 30 seconds, and OG committing inward. Axel over the top, he will stop Fiku. They jump right by him, but he's blind. Shiro saves his life. And with long clear, there is nowhere to go for OG. They're walking into crossfire upon crossfire, and Shiro is killing everyone. 3 kills off the M4. Dexter wants to save, but they're in front, they're behind.
Hang on a sec.
But there's not a lot of time. 15 seconds, bomb at the back of the site. They do not need to give him a chance. So Dexter retreating and trying to survive.
He saw Buster.
1 bullet.
And he kind of has to kill him if he wants to save this AWP. He won't. Buster gets his revenge and knocks that AWP out of play.
It was
Thankfully,
before the clock.
It was before the clock runs out, right? So OG still have that cash injected into these bank accounts. But Cloud9 with an immediate reply to that one round that OG fielded ain't either. So these are swing rounds to win for the Cloud9 squad.
Yeah.
They're now in a very good position. They can take this next one versus a bit of a broken buy for OG. They're looking victory dead in the face at 12-8 with an eco to follow. They would be swiftly moving towards the finish line.
I love how Cloud9 don't overcomplicate rounds like that. They go for a late round boost and they see no one outside of B and they just go, yeah, I believe it. I'm just going to stack on that A site. And a team that, you know, loves a retake anyway, that just gives them, yeah, just gives them 2 crossfires in A. Playing close on the smokes. Just a very basic stack for Cloud9. Nice shot. Fiku's firing off. NEOFRAG needs an entry. Axel won't let it happen. Just trying to hide out now behind the box, try and draw them into nafany on the truck. He swings out. Axel, confident display, but he's looking a lot better than he did on Mirage. That's a certainty. nafany. Oh, the flash is perfect. Axel does not need support right now. In fact, it's nafany who needs help. Both get cleared as OG get tagged up in that engagement. The nade, it might be too late. Dexter swings out.
And now Shiro moving in. USP pulled. It's been calmed across that Dexter is low. Shiro trying to find him, trying to locate him. He's right here under Shiro's nose. Dexter backing up. That's going to leave him open to the jump peak. And so this gets a little weird now. Shiro bests him with the USP, and it's just Buster versus Flames. And Flames puts a stop to it. A 1v2 that goes his way, puts a bit of pep back in OG's step. That's a well-deserved slap for Flames.
Yeah. Big 3K round for Flames. Definitely was the quieter player. I mean, even in round 15, could have swung out bank and stopped the bomb plant and stopped nafany from winning that 2 on 3 there. So huge round for Flames, even shutting out Buster, who's won both of his 1v1s.
He's been having a bit of a rough go at his Flames across this game, right? Even though OG have been very competitive, Flames has been the kind of one struggling player here. And rounds like that, they do wonders for bringing you back into the game. You know how important it was.
You're even theorizing about how OG's money was just about to be broken when now it's the other way. We've got nades, sure, but they're ahead of any util that Cloud9 might throw with that Mac 10 rush. Great trade for Fiku there. Flames has space taken, but the scout rains down from above. 3 on 3. OG don't need to commit, but they choose to anyway. Trying to take these range fights for Deagles favors them, but the scout a little further out hits another 2 on 2, and OG, they don't like it. They see both players at B. They're going to take that space on upper. I guess Axel's looking for an upgrade, but that will give away a plant. It's just going to be a little bit later.
Yeah, right now,
if they actively flank, they catch the bomb.
That's very true. Fiku taking a lengthy path in on this rotation. Gonna slow down the plant. And Cloud9 are playing this grouped.
They know this, but they also probably know that they're not going to catch that bomb in time. God.
Oh, Fiku! No, he's a dead man. Axar will arrive in the perfect moment.
Wow.
And even another scout tag comes out before all is said and done.
I love this, though.
NEOFRAG with the swift
No
reposition. When you see them on the wraparound like that, you're anticipating that they are both here. Cloud9 now giving chase. They're hot on the heels of NEOFRAG. They're right in behind him. One man up against it all. Guns retrieved for Cloud9, but it might not matter. NEOFRAG wins the first and the second. What a way to win the round, and it's another clutch, 2 in a row now for OG to keep this pipe dream alive of the T-side comeback.
That's despicable. He shouldn't win that in a million years. Both players bearing down from the heavens, and NEOFRAG pops 2 balloons. That's unbelievable. Great shooting. And OG know it matters. They know that that's, you know, this was the money game right now. We're playing this back and forth. OG finally break it. And sure, it's off the back of an individual. It's not clean. But OG can start to run away now. And this round is a perfect example. It's going to be 11-11. Cloud9 realize just the same. They aggress B, they see nothing. And OG keep everyone tight.
So this is a tie game all of a sudden. And with OG finding a lot of momentum over on this T side with a couple of clutch rounds going their way to switch on some of the more quiet players here. The individuals starting to believe, and they're getting very, very hyped up on the side of OG. Now, they've really started to come around to the idea that this series, this map is not out of reach yet.
Yeah, you're still never going to get me doubting Cloud9's comeback ability, as we saw in Mirage very late in the game. You know, even though it's not like the Shiro show right now, we haven't seen CT Orbs, and that's where you want it. But it's a really good sign right now for OG that these players are winning unwinnable rounds, seemingly.
And now you take a clean one like that, right? Up against the USPs, you build up your T-side money a little bit. Now you've got staying power. Cloud9, they might not want to admit it, but this could get out of hand very, very quickly. In the same way that they were able to kind of, ride the high of the early rounds and resetting the CT's money in the first half. That same deed can now be dealt their way.
Fiku's just having a monster game as well. He has been the one consistency, and now people are starting to catch up. Let's see this orb for Shiro. Second spawn. Can still attempt something here. He's got Axel by his side, getting in that mid-molly. And you know when it gets smoked that OG can be taking space. Axel will meet them there with a
glass cannon,
late flash.
And niko has this Mach 10 in place, so expect a pretty up-tempo round from him where he's trying to be involved and trying to take space. And I always get nervous seeing a glass cannon orb when there's SMGs on the other side.
They're going for a B hit anyway, so with the orb and the rifles and the Mach 10, they may never clash. Lots of damage through that wall. Fiku, the one player you don't want bullied right now. OG is still going to go for an early B explode, and nafany has read it wrong. A gamble up to the top site. They just run in before the flash even pops. Buster's blind inside of the smoke. He should be dead. NEOFRAG makes it so, and Hobbit doesn't know where to look. They are in pit behind him. Everywhere. OG, they win the round off that alone. Cloud9 gamble goes wrong, finally.
Yeah, I think we might be hitting that point where Buster, he's been on the receiving end of some very, very rough moments throughout this game, and as we've gone onto the CT side, these woes haven't eased up. He's had a number of deaths at barrels where he's just crouched down and been killed by players that he never even got a chance to fight. He didn't even really know they were there in a lot of the rounds where he's been dealt with. He's tried to remedy that in this round by playing a little more aggro, close to the smoke over towards Monster. Looked like he wanted to try duck through on the flashes, right? But he wasn't able to do that, and it's going to be paramount to try and bring him back into the fold, back into the game. Alternatively, you can just try and make up for it with the other individuals on Cloud9. But considering he plays a very important role down towards that B side of the map, you don't want him struggling.
Because who's playing A, right? If you're OG and you want to abuse the site, who's playing A? Oh, Shiro and Axel. Okay, yeah, we'll go for a B hit. We'll avoid that entirely. Especially in this round now, it almost feels expected that OG will do that again because Cloud9, they save their A players, don't they? Plus nafany. So, right now, OG know where that AWP should be, but that's where the mind games begin. Does Shiro start lower? Might even be dependent on spawn. Shiro's, he's got the best mid spawn out of the team, but not really a peak spawn. So he might just go B anyway. Here we go. If OG can stick the landing on this one, they will be in a fantastic position. As they were on Mirage, but it didn't matter. This one certainly will.
So Shiro has enough next round, regardless of what happens here, to look to bring an AWP out with Kevlar behind it. So hopefully that kind of frees him up to try and make some plays, because CT AWPing is where you can look to do that. Axel in the toilets wins his fight out over NEOFRAG, a very, very dry, contact push from the man who's so often at the helm of OG, trying to lead the charge. Now, the rest of them explode out into the B side, but Shiro will be involved in this. He will get a chance to put on a valiant last stand with the AWP. Fiku creeping around over the top of this smoke at the barrels. Oh, the step, the drop down, but he still gets the kill. The bomb now gets away from them. They learn about this second man up in the heavens. Dexter baits a shot out of the AWP, but won't survive the second go at the crossing. Cloud9 bite back. They didn't have a lot to offer in that round there. They were looking for the investment in this round, so it was the saved guns that stand and deliver. And it's going to keep this competitive yet.
Yeah, it's really good trading of contact there for Cloud9. This kill shouldn't have happened, considering XL did not look ready for the smoke walk. But yeah, nafany trading out the pistol, then he dies. XL re-swings, good communication. Cloud9, they put the guns in the right place, and OG, they don't mind game them. They go right into that setup. fast out mid. This is absolute melting. And I saw on the side there, Yabi feeling unwell.
Substituted out, so exist in.
Yeah, after Heroic won first map, I'm pretty sure. So that will be interesting going on the B stream. If you want to watch Exist roll back the years and take on the Mongols, that's going on right now. Not ideal, but I feel like Heroic might just be fine. Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Maybe.
Like,
wait, I played versus
I was going to say, you played versus. How'd that go? How did he do?
He wasn't the guy I was most worried about.
No? Did you kill him?
Of course I did.
Of course. Did he kill you?
Don't think so. And I'll have that forever. So here we are. You can see it going down there.
Wait, so has he just joined mid-game? Damn. 1-on-1 right now at 10 rounds deep. Exist perm POV. Damn, subbing out mid-game. I hope Yabi's okay. We send him well wishes. I don't think I've seen that before. But, you know, you got to look after yourself. And OG know that as well, trying to save in this 2-on-5. They just got kind of massacred in middle. And is it another heartbreak like the end of the first half where OG string together quite a streak?
I mean, it's got to be coursing through their minds, right? You kind of hit this point where you're thinking like, no, this can't happen again. We can't have been so close to besting this squad, to kind of rise into the occasion, only to have it snatched away. Cloud9 have been doing this in a very brutal fashion, right? Full 30 rounds back on Mirage. Maybe more of the same here on Overpass. Cloud9 just retake the lead now.
You know, even if OG do lose here, I feel like we've still seen great signs from this team. They're opening PO1 against Vitality, staying competitive across the whole series against C9.
It's going to be interesting because this is a team that's like really ridden the wave of success as of late, right? Like even coming into this event, wins over Saw, 1 win at Falcons to back at the Armada, propelled into the major, and now besting Vitality on the opening day. They've been kind of riding that high momentum of the 4-win streak. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare if this goes Cloud9's way at their first stumble in a little while, at their first setback.
Especially with, you know, Fnatic waiting, right? That's a kind of spicy game. 2 international squads. Nafany spams out Fiku. He's had these fights a lot, has Nafany, and he's going to go back for more. Oh, flameZ getting lit up again. 5v4 and C9 still make a play, pushing through Monster. Again, this is why C9 always get those right gambles. They make a very ballsy, aggressive move. And I love how Hobbit doesn't send it as well. He could have gone through T-spawn, but he knows they can still duck down through connector. It allows 3 on this top site. Should surely be enough. Shiro, Axel, and Nafany ready to receive.
Yeah, the info he's providing is what's the important thing, right? You don't need him to make a play yet. You're not the ones feeling the pressure, and just by allowing this stack, you can meet OG in an even bout fight over in the A site, and Shiro extends that advantage even further now. The second shot will miss, but there's more than enough players here to pick up any of these misses and really drive this one home. niko dead and Dexter left saving his AWP, but not even that's a certainty. He's getting hounded down here and they've spotted him on the retreat. They've said, Hobbit, mate, this is your time, this is your moment. And there's the kill that removes the AWP from play on Mirage.
Some great stacks on the CT side. OG's only really successful rounds have been those B pops. Cloud9 on the precipice of closing this series out right now and qualifying to playoffs, setting themselves up for a match versus Furia as well to fight for those semi-finals. Their final timeout used now. Groove knows that victory is within reach. Cloud9 get a freebie as well. OG have to play for overtime at this position. Not fun. Not ideal. Two flashes to go fast. They don't even have a mid smoke for the Molotov. They were going to play past it. The mid molly actually doesn't go that deep. So maybe this will be a surprise to see C9, but Shiro's holding on. And NEOFRAG starts walking at a really good time. He walks into toilets though, he should be dead. Missed shot. They pop out B in the meantime. The spray is easy for Hobbit. Shiro does die in middle, but I'm not worried yet. And I have no reason to be. Cloud9 looking for 15. Playoff point.
Yeah, and after having, you know, their worst fears, their worst nightmares come to fruition by missing out on the major, you know, every tournament past that point becomes hyper important to Cloud9 to show a good face, to put their best foot forward. And they're looking to do that here, showing great resilience across this BO3 versus the OG squad. It's not over yet. OG, you know, took an eco in that round with the goal of forcing this game into overtime. They've got rifles on everyone and one chance to try and keep themselves afloat that much longer here on Overpass. But this one's been different for Cloud9. It hasn't been Shiro versus the world. We've had big rounds out of guys like nafany. Axar's been on one hell of a recovery arc. This is more like the Cloud9 that you wanted and expected to see.
Nice position from Shiro, but it's the 4B that I'm worried about for OG. Shiro, if he gets his kill, it only confirms it. Finding NEOFRAG, he has been this solo mid lurker all map right now. OG are going contact, but nafany's got that info. He pulls his gun right out. There's an entry at least, but nafany is here to end this map, end this match, and get the playoffs. Still a frag from NEOFRAG on the Hobbit, and he's getting stuck down in connector right now, putting Axel in the hot seat, alone on B right now. Just trying to buy time. Fake smoke on the Molotov. He resets heaven and waits for Shiro.
And I've got every reason in the world to give this 2v3 a go. Axel getting real cheeky with it, going to wait for the smoke fade, comes through, but will end up feeding the beast. Dexter knocks him out of the round. And Shiro on this backstab, never really given the room to get involved here. He's coming in very, very late. Now, the money's like so fine for Cloud9. I would have loved to have seen them attempt this in the 2v3, but Axel tried to make the hero play. And for Shiro, you know, on numbers alone, you don't want to give this a look in. He sees feet, but isn't able to deal with that man. And so now they try to hunt him down and take this AWP out of the round. Shiro on the save game will not give it away. Doesn't matter if he did either which way, but it's OG. On to 13. The one reason they would have loved to have found that AWP, actually, and one that I did just overlook completely, was to have their own, right? They're not going to get to have that now.
Well, Dex has got a scope at least. He's brought up the Krieg. And not a game that we can get to count OG out. 2 rounds straight needed from this point to overtime. I hope this mid-molly is better this time for Shiro. I think they're throwing the double lay. And that one's good, but forces a smoke anyway. Axel gets a nade, and they've already crossed heavy playground. OG, ball of death here. They tried it on B. Now they're going for a quick long, and flameZ is trying to keep attention on this lower site right now. Axel setting up very
Axel's the one going back, but the AWP would be the ideal piece to have here. He doesn't get to long in time. NEOFRAG has been holding W the whole damn round. Shiro in the bathrooms. He's got a player moving up connector. Guys moving in behind him. He is sandwiched. He's behind enemy lines right now. And Fiku deletes him. nafany out on the truck, trying to offer up a last stand, but is only good for one. Buster and Hobbit are left saving. So it is the full 30-round affair. This time OG have got to capitalize. They've got to run it back into overtime.
I've loved these calls as well in the last 2 rounds. They've just gone for 1-4s, right? NEOFRAG selling mid while 4 players pop out B after about 10 seconds. And then the inverse with flameZ making noise lower and the rest of OG running up long. Cloud9 have done the maths quickly and they decide, screw it, let's go for this. Even if we just take damage here, it impacts them more than it affects us. And they might even win the round and the match as well. They have no smoke for that bomb. Dexter needs to move in. They're sticking it. Denied. A 1v1. Does Hobbit turn in time? Dexter force a fight, and there's nothing on the clock left. OG will win it out, but you can't say you don't get scared in that position.
Dude.
And I think that does impact the money for OG as well.
Yeah, it does massively. They've got limitations here. They've got big limitations now as a result of losing everyone.
It doesn't affect Cloud9 in the slightest. They can buy absolutely everything.
I love that realization. You know, as they were backing off to save, it's like nafany from beyond the grave just said, like, look, go for it, guys. Go for it. Do damage, bare minimum, but he had full faith in them doing more than that, and they do get it as close as you can possibly get. And look at what it's done to OG. Lacking AKs, 3 Galils in play in round 30. Yeah. It's not what you want.
Oh, no! nafany, he's been going for them all game. But the Kryptonite, niko, the guy who picked Shiro when he first attempted that, gets away with it. And they've got Axel pinched in mid right now. He's stuck in connector. The pre-flash for this monster play is beautiful. flameZ gets lit up, but he still gets away. Axel fighting his way out the cave. niko trades 4-on-3. OG, they had a 5-on-3 at 14-15 on Mirage. They still lost that map. Cloud9 try to do it again.
It's nearly this carbon copy repeat of what we've already seen. And last time, Cloud9 were able to rise to the occasion. It was Axel being the hero, but he's out of this round. NEOFRAG with such a huge timing here.
He needs to flank. He can't call them up, because if they do, Shiro will drop that bomb. And they're too out of position to be called up right now.
Oh, but they're starting to shuffle. They're starting to move.
Surely not.
They're going to move right in.
He can flank
to this AWP, and instead of using NEOFRAG as a flanker, they try to go into his safe embrace, but Shiro is here. The danger! 2 kills off the AWP. Shiro looking to end this. Cloud9, 3v2. Shiro's AWP is flashed off the angle. NEOFRAG is still very, very deep. But at this point, if you're Cloud9 and you've seen them rotating like this, you're expecting a danger man. You're expecting someone in the back lines. NEOFRAG wins his fight, but Dexter going up and overfeeds the beast, and it's Shiro to close a full 30-round game again. But Cloud9 steal it away. For OG, it's heartbreak. 2 games where a matter of rounds going slightly differently would have solely changed the outcome.